We're going to do the first section in Chapter 12. Chapter 12 is called Transformations and Symmetry. And the first section, 12.1, is about we're going to define and illustrate geometric transformation, and then we're going to talk about reflections. So in math, a transformation just describes a change in the appearance of points in a plane. So we're moving points. Okay, so it's a correspondence between point locations before and after the change. So the figure before the change, before the transformation, is called the preimage, while the resulting figure, or after we make the change, is called the image. Okay, so a transformation is just the movement of figures. Okay, some movements will change the size, other will change the shape, and then others do not. Okay, so here's a preimage, and we are going to change and move those points, and then we get our image. So notice that in the preimage we had point A, and then the image we moved point A, and it's no longer point A, it's point A prime. We use that prime to indicate that it's the image instead of the preimage. Okay, so the definition of a transformation is that it's a one-to-one function from the plane onto the plane. Okay, the transformation called a reflection, so a reflection is a specific type of transformation. A reflection is basically like a mirror image. Okay, you're going to have a line, typically called line L, and it's called the line of reflection. Okay, and that is basically the mirror, what's being reflected across. Okay, so in a reflection, your preimage x is going to be mapped to the image x prime. Okay, and then your point y will go to y prime, and z will go to z prime. And so if the vertices of the preimage are named in counterclockwise order, so triangle XYZ, then the image, or after the transformation, is going to go clockwise, so it's going to be reversed. So if it was XYZ, it's going to be reversed, okay? So the order of vertices is called orientation, okay, the order. So when we reverse the orientation, it's a characteristic of a reflection. And I think that instead of saying XYZ, if it's going clockwise, it should say ZYX, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so again, here's your preimage, XYZ, and then your image, XZ, or XYZ, but all primes. Okay, so a reflection in a line called L is a transformation that maps each point A of a plane onto point A prime, such that the following conditions are met. So these two things have to be true in order for it to be a reflection. So the first condition is that if point A is on that line L, then A has to be A prime, okay? If point A is not on L, then L is the perpendicular bisector of the distance between A and A prime. What does that look like? Okay, well, here's point A, and here's L. Okay, well, point A is not on L, which means that that line L has to be the perpendicular bisector between A and A prime. Okay, so we'll make a perpendicular bisector, and that will give us A prime. So notice that L is bisecting that line there. Okay, and it's going to do the same for point B. Okay, this distance and this distance have to be equal because line L is creating a perpendicular bisector. All right, so we can connect point A prime and B prime, and we have a reflection. Okay, so A and B, perpendicular bisector, which means that B is the same as A prime and A is the same as B prime. Okay, so here we have A and we have A prime across the line of reflection. And we have B and B prime across the line of reflection. Okay, so when we reflect it and we connect A prime and B prime, it's still crossing the line of reflection, and that's okay, right? We found our A prime and our B prime and we connected them. So this one wants us to draw the line of reflection that maps the preimage ABC to image A prime, B prime, C prime. So if here's A and here's A prime, we want the perpendicular bisector between A and A prime. And we'll draw a straight line through that. Those are the perpendicular bisector points. Draw a straight line through that, and we get our line of reflection. Okay, so now from ABC to A prime, B prime, C prime. So again, we want the bisectors of A prime, B prime, and C prime. There's our line of reflection. Okay, so now we want the preimage ABC to image A prime, B prime, C prime. So again, A to A prime, B to B prime, C to C prime. Okay, and so that gives us that line, and we're done.